So this is how it has come out, and then this is I have used the remaining. There was some wooden, and sorry, there was some plastic bushing like thing used for the uh, caster wheel caster of a chair. So I removed that and I have used it here to get a height, and then I have the rest of the piece. I am just using it to hold this whole mechanism together. They are all repurposed. Now you just think what you can use at home, whatever you have at home, and then repurpose it like this. Otherwise you can just go with the same design. If you can improvise on whatever I have done, I'll be glad to see it. If you can post some videos of how you have improved on my design, so you're welcome to do that. So the next part of the puzzle is this drop weight. So this is actually about 2 kilos weight, and this is actually a vacuum cleaner end tube, and then I'm going to push it in here, and then I'm going to use this as a lever to tighten this string coming from the racket. And you may be wondering, how do I know how much tension I am going to string? I always use about 53 pounds or roughly 22 kilos of tension for all my racket stringing. So what I have done is I have taken this this is my travel luggage weighing machine. So I have put this here, and then I have anchored this to this main racket frame holding mechanism, and then I use this from this end. I have kept rotated the string around this and then tightened it. Then I kept measuring the how much weight it is pulling on this meter, and then I have adjusted this distance on this tube, and then at this distance I found that it was when the this tube is just parallel to the ground, horizontal, and not standing up or going down. When it is going down, it means it's too much of it's too little weight, and then if it is standing here, it's too much of weight. Then you need to adjust this so that as you are slowly taking it up, and then it keeps falling freely, and then at the time it is falling freely and it is standing horizontal to the ground, that is when you know that you have achieved the correct amount of tension in the string coming from the racket. So that's how all the drop weight stringing machines work. So I have just taken the same principle, and I haven't invented anything new there, but the way I'm doing it, I'm using all the leftover stuff lying around in my house as junk to make this useful machine. And if you are able to improvise on this design, I'll be glad to see, and I wish you can post some photos or videos on how you like this design, as well as how you could improvise on this, or how you are going to make it even look better. Okay, thank you. This is how you need to use the tightening mechanism. The string comes from the racket like this. It goes around and comes from behind, and then from here it goes into this slot and then comes out like this. So when you have that, and then you keep when you take the lever up, you need to hold this tightly so that it doesn't go back along whenever you take the lever up, and then you hold this one and then take the lever up and then release the lever again, so it will go down, it will keep tightening. And here normally when you buy a racket stringing machine, they also either sell you, or along with the machine they offer you a clamp called flying clamp or something like that. and then that clamp is actually used to hold two strings together, so that when you are uh, stringing at that up to that point, it will hold the tension so that you can release the string and then take it through the next loop. So that flying clamp is actually, it clamps two strings together. So I didn't have a flying clamp, so what I am doing is I had some a tool called this is called locking pliers, and I am using this locking pliers to keep the strings together whenever after tightening the strings, and to maintain the same tension and to prevent damage to the strings. What I am doing is I've taken a silicone armband and then put it around the strings, and then on top of the armband I am using this locking pliers to hold my strings together. If you want, you can buy a locking if you can buy a locking pliers to do that, or if you want, you can buy a flying clamp to do the stringing. I'm also trying to make some kind of wooden pieces so that that sits between the two strings, and then I can tighten the wooden strings using this locking pliers instead of using this silicone band. So if I am able to make that, I will post that also on the videos. And I'm also trying to go digital so that there will be no drop weight. I can keep tightening and then I can see digitally how much tension I have got. Hopefully, if I am successful in that, I will post that video too.